Now to the latest on a story that we've been covering closely. The Easthampton School Committee announcing 4 external candidates for their interim superintendent during their work session tonight. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on this Monday. Welcome to Western Mass News at 10 on Fox 6. I'm Chris Pisano. Western Mass News reporter Maria Wilson joins us now live in studio with the details from tonight's meeting. Maria.
Chris, the Easthampton School Committee making steps towards finding a new interim superintendent during their meeting earlier tonight.
That's what tonight is all about. It's just trying to figure it out.
Easthampton School Committee feeling the pressure of a tight deadline. The district launched a new interim superintendent search nearly a month after the dramatic fallout with the committee's first choice, Dr. Vito Perrone, whose use of the word ladies in an email sparked controversy. Now, as the district looks towards a fresh start, they are ready to begin the interview process with new applicants. We have learned that 4 candidates have applied for the position.
Glenn and I looked at some folks who are available here in Western Mass, who I talked to them all. They're willing, and they're certainly all capable of stepping in an interim way, right, and keeping things afloat.
Easthampton School Committee announcing the 4 external candidates. They include ROLAND, who has a superintendent license, is the former assistant superintendent of the Chicopee Public Schools, and was a science teacher. MARLENE DILEO has a doctorate of education, a superintendent's license, is the superintendent of the Ware Public Schools, has a background as a special education teacher, and has more than 24 years of experience. Mary Jane RICKSON has her superintendent certification, is the principal of Wichita Murdoch Public Schools, former dean of students at Worcester Regional High School, and was a social studies teacher for more than 15 years at the Springfield Public Schools. MAUREEN also has her superintendent certification, is the current interim superintendent at Quabog Public Schools, and was the superintendent of the Worcester Public Schools and has more than 8 years of principal experience. Applicants will visit the district during the last week in May, where they'll have an opportunity to meet students, staff, teachers, and other members of the community. The committee was able to overcome significant scheduling conflicts to set up times to meet candidates and review their options.
We are going to be locking in interview times.
The committee will interview each applicant in 90-minute sessions. The interviews are set to take place on June 3rd, 4th, and 5th, with the possible vote happening on the 12th. The school committee is still actively recruiting internal candidates to be considered for the position. They have until May 16th to submit their application. Reporting live in studio, Maria Wilson, Western Mass News.